Ready to rock. What's
Ready to rock.
happening?
Not much. Hey, gang.
Yeah, good yourself.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Beautiful weather down here. What's it like up there?
The weather. Why do every time?
Yeah, it's a normal conversation starter. You know that.
Yeah, but who wants to hear two people talking about the? When someone says to me, "How's the weather?" straight away I think this is going nowhere. This conversation.
That's a bit rude.
Yeah, but it's just It's basically it's saying, "G'day, I don't really want to speak to you. What's the first thing I can notice that I can speak about to hurry this up? Oh, the weather.
No.
How good's the weather?
No, it's a conversation starter. It's a point where, oh, hi, how you going? Just beautiful weather, and then you continue from there.
Yeah, where do you go from there, by the way?
You go to other points of.
How's your family? How's work? Who gives a fuck? Someone shoot me in the face. I don't have to speak to this person.
Well, if you think that, that's very negative. That
is a bit negative. I'm sorry. I'll get a bit more optimism about me. What's going on?
Oh, not much. Just footy finals, mate. I'm just excited about these games that are coming up this weekend and stuff.
How good's the footy? It's like it's the whole season of just shit reffing and all the whinging on social media is gone, and it's just like a new comp.
Yeah, there's been some really good talk about the referees and their performances over the weekend, and saying the games have been let to flow, and they haven't been the talk of the game.
And I saw some wanker gets on and writes, "Oh, how come you're not still policing it the same as you have all year?" Like, just shut up and let them go. They're doing good.
The trolls.
Oh, they're everywhere. Everyone's negative. When you see a comment, I do it myself sometimes. When I see like a statement or a comment on social media, I'm like, straight away my ego and my opinion jumps out, and I'm like, I'm getting good at stopping it. Sometimes I'm not. I don't know. It's just crazy. Twitter's the worst, I reckon. Twitter for negative stuff. Twitter's really, because it's a statement. It's like an opinion. It's really opinion based, more so like say Facebook and Instagram are more about the photos and images and stuff. I find that that's so bloody negative. Twitter. Anything I ever tweet, anything, I just get hammered. It's like, some of it's funny, but sometimes I'm just like, I'd love to find this bloke and just shave his face with a brick.
That's if it is a bloke.
Yeah, could be anyone.
It could be a little something. Could be an alien. Well, that goes to all sports people, mate. Ben Hunt has to stay away from the social media because it affected the way he played, because he had so many trolls, people telling him how ordinary he plays and this and that. They sit behind their keyboards and
it makes people emotional.
Absolutely.
I think I've got a bit of a problem, because if I'm at home bored of a night time, like when I go to bed and I'm just looking through stuff and someone's like picking at me, I'm like, all right, let's see how late you can stay up, and I'll just go to the death.
Yeah.
I'll just spray them. It's hard for me, like if I don't have any information on them, like especially if they're, obviously on a private thing, or they just don't have a profile photo and there's no photos of them hanging out with other people. I haven't got much to work with, but they can just Google something about me or my footy career and just hammer me. Yep. And I've just got to try and be creative and make it up. It's a good test, actually.
It's a good test, isn't it?
Yeah. And I'll sometimes if I'm bored enough, I'll bloody fight to the death.
Well, mate, a leading sports psychologist says that the NRL should do more to help players such as Ben Hunt, who it really affected his game. And I mean, he played really well on the weekend. St George were just super.
But what can you do? You just say don't go on social media, really, eh?
Pretty much stay away from it. But I mean, it's just got everybody's phones in their head. Everyone sees what's going on, whether that's for them or if it's for someone else or whatever. But it is an issue. It is a problem.
How good was Tariq Sims on the weekend?
How good was St George? They were fantastic.
Yeah, all together. Yeah, bloody oath. That was. They just looked like they went through a rut, and started off good, went through a rut, and now they've just hit their straps.
Yep.
And they're just playing like men possessed. Some of the slow motion footage of Tariq Sims just running the ball as hard as he could. Like you could see every cell in his body was as intense as it possibly could be.
He's a weapon.
Yeah, he's great. I'm pumped about him being a part of the Blues for the next
Yeah.
5 to 10 years or whatever.
Generally, the Sims family, they're all weapons, aren't they? Even the sister who plays rugby league as well. She's a weapon.
Yeah, good stock, and those boys have been, like, a lot of them have been around for a long time, and just big Viking like boys. They just freaking
aren't they? Yeah,
got them big calcified, strong raw bones that just last the ages.
And what did you see the Latrell Mitchell tackle?
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, look, it wasn't as bad as the Will Chambers one, but it's still the same sort of movement and stuff. And when in that situation, if the neck of the ball carrier gets caught in that part and you go down really hard and it doesn't, where his head slipped out, and it was okay in the end, and he got a bit of a burn, but it could go worse, definitely.
Yeah, I guess they've got to be really, because people blow up and say, "Oh, it's bullshit. Why was that a penalty? And why was that an offence to be suspended from?" But if you just think, if it just goes a little bit more velocity the wrong way, and then we've got another case like Alex McKinnon.
Yeah, for sure.
We just got to be. It's got to be so brutally stamped out that they have to, I know it's hard though. Like we always say, like with the collision and the pace of the game, when you fall on the ground, sometimes your bodies are in weird positions, and it's hard to get out of the way of hurting someone sometimes. But yeah, I feel like that should, as soon as you see anyone in that position, that's a warning sign to do the opposite.
It's a definite movement that you're trying to sort of push him down really hard and drill him into the ground. But at the same time, you've got your chest behind his neck, and his head can't get out. So I mean, the Will Chambers one was five times worse than Latrell's one.
Yeah,
but it's the movement that is an issue.
Yeah, it's not great. But there's going to be some good games this weekend, eh?
Yeah, we've got the Sharks versus Panthers. They're playing on Friday night at Allianz.
Yeah, commiserations to Wade Graham doing his ACL.
Yeah. Not good, eh? Not good. Has he had?
Not good.
He's had those knee problems before, or?
I don't think he's done. He hasn't done his ACL before. I don't think he's had a couple of knee problems here and there, but nothing as severe as that. But
I'll miss him.
Bloody oath, he's toughness. Geez, he was, doing some good things during the game the other night before he cut like really good tackles and good runs and
anyway. His presence on the field is that they'll miss him, definitely miss him. And then on Saturday, Rabbits versus Dragons.
Yeah, that'll be massive. Yeah. That'll be a massive one. Yeah. Pumped to see that.
Yeah, no, I've got the shits about something.
Oh, here we go. What's the matter?
Well, I go on every year about the fact that the Melbourne Storm, the Mexicans down there, always have an extra advantage this time of year. Now, they play the winner out of the Sharks and Panthers. And for me, that's the weaker of the two games in regards to Sharks have got injuries, and as I said, Wade Graham's out and stuff like that. So, and the Panthers have got some players out as well, but they'll play the winner out of the Sharks and Panthers at Melbourne.
Yeah.
And this time of year, after the first semi-final, no one should be getting any ground advantage. Everything should be in Sydney because the game didn't start in Brisbane. The game didn't start at Melbourne. The game started in Sydney, and that's the home of the game.
Do you think, I agree, but do you think it's because if Melbourne play in Sydney, Sydney team, the crowd will be awful? And do you think there may be because it'll be better crowd, like more people will go from Sydney to Melbourne to watch their team, then would it be something to do with that?
Well, yeah, I don't know if that's a decision-making thing, but whether I don't know.
It'd have to be money. It'd have to be something to do with money.
Yeah, it's got something to do with money, and we know they're going to get a full house down there and stuff like that. But it's too much of an advantage for a one-team town like that.
Yeah, I agree. Especially Melbourne. Bloody hell! If it was their first year in the finals series, like it'd be maybe that's good, expand the game. But it's like they don't need any help.
No, and it's like I said about the Broncos. I mean, I talked about the advantage the Broncos might have at their stadium on the weekend, Suncorp, but it didn't make any difference. The Dragons blew them off the park, so hopefully that happens. they're a good Storm.
I'd like to see the stats of percentages of teams winning with a home ground advantage in a semi-final. But as you see,
more
it
so,
can happen.
yeah, more so for Melbourne because of their quality and how good a team they are, and they're very hard to beat anywhere.
Yeah, it doesn't seem fair. Like I said, if it was, say, I don't know, the Warriors and we went over to New Zealand, you'd be like, oh, no, fair enough,
Anyway,
Anyway,
I've had my wins. Yeah, Sharks versus Panthers on Friday, that'd be beauty, and then Rabbits versus Dragons. The Dragons, if they play like that, they'll win the comp.
Is that Saturday or Sunday?
That's Saturday, ANZ Stadium.
Oh, okay, so only the 2 games. Yeah, bloody oath. Oh, they were just, like they had a shot of friggin' speed or something. They were just off their heads with aggression and passion, weren't they?
They flew out. The game generally from both sides was very fast. It was the fastest game I'd seen all year.
Yeah, it was good. It was the first time watching the game that being a bit negative, I didn't see many people at either game, to be honest. There were a couple of shots there when the goal kickers were kicking for goal, and there was just no one in the background. I was like, how is this a semi-final? This should be packed. But anyway, what I'm saying is the footy was so good that I kind of didn't think of that much.
Yeah, you wouldn't have been thinking. Suncorp, they pretty much had a full house. They had 42,000 people.
They didn't, but they said that.
Yeah, I know. There was gaps, wasn't there, in the crowd?
Everywhere, yeah. all up the top of the top tier, pretty much.
Yep,
was more empty than not, yeah.
Well, I think it holds about over 50, 52, 53 or something like that.
Yeah, so it was still a solid crowd. So it's a great crowd up there always.
10,000 short of what the capacity is. So, yeah. But I thought that too. You're right. I looked at the gaps when they said how many people were there. I thought, doesn't look like it.
No, I don't know. Anyway, hopefully they put their heads together, the marketing gang, and come up with something for next year.
So, who you are thinking on Friday? Sharks, Panthers. Who will go further and play the Storm next week?
I would say the Sharks. My head says the Sharks, but I think the Panthers will get a little confidence out of the way they came back against the Warriors.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
I'll stick with Sharks. I think Sharks will
get them. Yeah, I think Sharks will beat them regardless of their injury list at the moment. So they'll go on to play the Storm, and they've got a good record against the Storm. Out of both of them, I'd think that they'd beat the Storm the week after.
Yeah, who knows?
And Saturday, Rabbits versus Dragons. What do you think there?
I'll tip the Dragons again. I reckon they're going to have the momentum from their win.
Yeah,
and carry it into this game.
I think the same too. Actually, I think the Dragons, if they play anywhere near that, they'll blow the Rabbits off the park.
Well, if you're going for
Sharks
and Dragons, and I am, then I'm going for Panthers and South.
Okay, yeah, just like the other years where I won the tipping competition with who I tipped for most of the year. Yeah.
What was the score again?
I won 76. You were 40 or something.
Yeah, right. What else has been happening in the world anyway?
In the world, what about? Did you see this Serena Williams outburst?
My blood boils as soon as you say a name.
Oh, okay. What's your take on that?
Yeah, it's just. My opinion of it is she's just
careful,
carrying on like a fuckwit.
now tell me what you really think.
Yeah, well, fuck, mate. Honestly, okay, heat of battle, heat of high pressure situation.
Yep.
People have outbursts. I've had them. I know what they're like. You can't control it. It just happens, and you're like, oh shit, after it. But I think she deep down felt stupid, but has carried it on to make it like she's the victim still afterwards. And what sucked was that poor girl who won. It became a big booing fest because it was disgusting. Serena's so well respected in that sport that the whole crowd turned against the whole decision.
Yep.
And it became a big protest opposed to a celebration for this new young girl to win the freaking game. And that poor girl cried and
brought her to tears.
And then Serena was like, let's not boo, let's not making out like she was the
biggest. Yeah, it was half-hearted.
Created it all.
It was half-hearted, yeah, that's right.
You know what? If she fucking didn't have such a big ego, she would have said, listen, I got carried away. I'm sorry. I don't think anyone's sexist or racist. I don't think she called him racist, but other people did. But she called him pretty much sexist for saying if it was a man, that call would have went her way.
Yeah, she's made it a sexism issue. That's right.
Yeah.
In the end, at the
she's making out she's a victim, like, and
yeah.
don't ever call me a cheat. And he's calling what he's seen. He's seen that they coached, like the coach from the stands, and it's not allowed. So,
Yeah.
and then she started abusing him. So he took another point or whatever. Okay, have your moment, have your diva moment, get over it, and then for her to carry on like she's a victim, and then she's making a stand for women's rights. Like, for fuck's sake, honestly.
Yeah, I
know
that's bullshit.
a lot of women, strong women that I know, and I see them on social media, and they all agree. They said she's just carrying like a pork chop.
Did you see the there's a problem now with the character. I can't say this word. Caricature.
Yeah.
Mark Knight. He's been doing all these characters throughout the year in Daily Telegraph.
Yeah, cartoons.
The cartoons, and the one that he's done about Serena Williams is now being touted as being racist.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
It's a photo of Serena, and because when he does these cartoons, he
exaggerate. That's what a caricature is.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what it is. You exaggerate your features.
Yeah, exactly. And now
physical features.
And now there's outrage in America and social media and all over the TV and stuff like that. They're saying that Mark Knight is a racist, and it's become a color thing, and
mate,
unbelievable.
Oh, honestly, where's it going to go to? This is why Donald Trump won the election, because of this PC shit. People are sick of it. Like, most people are really sick of it. There's a lot of social justice warriors on social media, but most smart, intelligent, decent people who know that racism, I don't even want to start because it just fucking leads to trouble. Honestly, it's over. People are overthinking everything, and they're too precious.
Absolutely, it's ridiculous.
And they're too everyone's got to walk on eggshells because they're too scared to say anything about anything.
Yeah. It shows some of the other cartoons that Mark Knight has featured over the years, and that he overemphasises people's features, politicians, whether it's other sporting personalities or whatever, and nothing has drawn this sort of criticism from what he's done here with Serena Williams. It's just they've made it an issue that it's just not the case. It wasn't meant that way, and now they can just say those sort of things and make it an issue is just beyond me.
I don't know what to say. All my mates who are black or different coloured skin, different shades, tones of skin,
yep.
None of them think anything about racism or they're oppressed or anything like that. It's just this. It's this media thing that when they say it, it's something. If they don't say it, it's not anything. There's racist individuals, but they make it like whole countries and whole groups are racist, and they're not. They're just. People aren't politically correct with speech, especially in Australia. It's very bogan and very rough, and it's fucking exhausting. It's exhausting.
It is.
Like this Colin Kaepernick shit, this Colin Kaepernick stuff. All right, he wants to kneel for the anthem in America. It's good on him. Let him fucking kneel. Why does it have to be such a big thing about it? And then in my opinion with that, yeah, okay, that might have started off as a good idea. He's standing up for police brutality. But then you look at the stats as well, and police brutality compared to, say, black-on-black crime in somewhere like Chicago, Chicago's black-on-black crime is like 50-fold.
Yep.
And it's like the media have made this big racial thing out of it. And he's, in my opinion, is loving the attention and he's carrying on with it. And now he signs a multi-million-dollar deal with Nike about oppression, basically about oppression. What about the sweatshops over in the countries that are making all the Nike products, where the fucking women and children, which is 80% of them, are women and children working their asses off for 20 cents an hour.
Cheap labour, yeah.
So what are you fucking talking about oppression? Like, if you're really standing up for oppression, how are you signing a multi-million-dollar contract with a company whose products are made from oppression?
Yep.
Like, the whole thing to me, it reeks of attention, and he might be a great bloke. I don't know him, but fucking the fact that he's fucking done so far against something, but then signs with a company that's all about that. I don't know.
Mate, the world is gone politically correct mad, I read in the paper this morning. There's a 9-year-old girl that's causing some controversy by refusing to stand and sing the national anthem. An Australian girl, 9 years old, and she's made a stance that she won't stand or sing the national anthem because.
Yeah, I bet that came from her and not a parent.
Well, that's exactly. There's a photo of the parents and stuff there, but they're saying that Advance Australia Fair means Advance White Australia. It's got nothing to do with the Indigenous side of things, and
yeah,
it's going crazy.
Like, people make good points. People make good points, though. Like, I understand if they want to do it, but the whole media thing about it, and then for Nike, the evil monsters at Nike, to capitalise on a movement like that while they're doing what they're doing. Like, they've seen a target audience there and just gone, beauty, we'll make fucking millions out of this.
Yeah.
Now, I hear that their stocks went through the roof, and then I hear that they went through the floor. Like, I don't know what to believe, but they've simply seen that there's a target audience at a market for this oppression vibe.
Yep.
And they've capitalised on it by using this Kaepernick guy. And he's not even a first tier or second tier quarterback at a club. He's had a couple of really bad years. It's all about this. And they're trying to paint him out to be this Malcolm X figure.
Yeah, right.
And he's making out, it's just so hard to not get angry when you read about it. I can't. I got to bloody get away from it. Between that and the Serena Williams thing, mate, tell you what.
Yeah. Well,
tell you what.
It's become a sexism thing, and you got that Miranda Devine. She's a journalist for the Telegraph too. She writes a good article on the fact that Serena Williams.
Oh, now you like the Telegraph.
No, well, there is some good points in it. She does make some good points on this particular article, but apparently about 10 years ago, Serena gave it to the one of the judges there at the tennis, a line judge, and she screamed out at him because he said the ball was out, and he was right. But she said, "I swear to God, I'm going to fucking go." What'd she say? "I swear to God, I'm fucking going to take this fucking ball and shove it down your fucking throat." You hear that?
Yeah.
And she got away with it. Nothing was said then. And now...
That should just be dealt with within the sport. Yes, that's fucking wrong.
Absolutely.
You get penalised. Okay, move on, though. All right, move on.
Exactly.
But for her to go on like this after she's done that, she's an idiot. She's stupid. Like, she hasn't thought about it.
Yeah, it's totally spoiled. It's a spoiled attitude. Totally spoiled.
Yeah.
She was behind, as you said, she was behind in the game, and she got the shits, and she was at fever point in regards to her ability to be able to handle those situations. She lost her shit. Basically lost her shit. Whether she's white, black, or an alien, she lost her shit.
Yep. I don't know. Anyway, there's a bit of a political.
Jeez, you went off there. You said the F word.
Sorry.
Heaps of times, mate.
Sorry.
It's the kids' show, mate. Kids listen to this.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's get off that crap. Anyway, so bottom line, if you want to kneel and for the anthem, that's up to you, mate. But I don't think it deserves all this attention. And if some people do, I guess it's up to the corporation that covers it, whether or not they want to make it a big thing or not. But I don't know. To me, it reeks of him wanting, loving the attention now. Like, maybe it didn't start off as that, but it's become that.
Yep.
And, honestly, ask the question, how can he kneel for oppression when he puts shoes on that are made from oppression? How about that?
That's a good point. How's your ringing in the ear? Do you have ringing in the ear?
Tinnitus.
Tinnitus, yeah.
No, it's tinnitus.
Oh,
yeah, I've got it, but I've gotten used to it.
Yeah, so have I. Depending on the background noise, you don't hear it, or you're not aware of it.
Yeah, when I go to bed, if I can hear it now, like now that I'm thinking about it, I can hear it, but really? I remember when I first got it really bad after like practicing music really loud, heavy music, with no earplugs. But it was driving me mad. Like, I was thinking, I can't go through life with that and ringing in my ear. I can't.
Yeah.
And over night time when I go to bed, it was just sounded like a dentist drill. And
shit.
It's gotten heaps better now. And like last night when I cranked a bit of music in my headphones, and after it was ringing again, but it goes away. But they reckon it's got something to do with the damaged little hairs on your ear.
Yeah.
The little hairs, like tiny little micro hairs that are all in your ear, that they become damaged. And apparently you can reverse it.
Yeah, there's plenty of stuff on YouTube as like any topic, but yeah, there's different things that you can do to alleviate it and stuff. But it does ring really loud when you start concentrating on it. It can be deafening.
Hey, do you use when you play music like practice and live? Do you use earplugs?
No, I don't.
Not even when you practice.
No.
Oh, Dad,
No.
you got to use it when you practice.
Yeah, no, I should, and I'm going to do something about it actually, because our bass player Bass, he's got these ones that have been specially made for his ears. They cost about $120 or
Just
whatever.
Get them.
Yeah, cuts out all the high frequencies that cause the
make
damage.
it a priority, Dad, because honestly, you will end up deaf. There's no way you can play music that often, that loud, and not have really bad long-term effects from it. You know what I do? I've got these Bose. They're really good. They're like $500 or something. I got them ages ago. Bose noise cancellation headphones.
Yeah.
I put them on, and you put the noise cancellation on, and it just, you can hear everything. You hear all the music. It just takes the big bottom end that rattles your earlobes, your eardrums out, and it takes the high end out that pierces your eardrums. And it's just a really good way to do it. Mate, it became one of the first things I'd pack before practice. I'd put them, make sure they were in the car, because...
So they're just like your normal headphones.
Just my noise cancellation headphones that I use to listen to music.
Play with them on, okay.
Yeah, and I nearly did it live once. I think I might have done it live. It looks a bit silly, obviously, because they're big, puffy kind of things. But just for practice, it's like unreal. At least, if you're practicing a couple of times a week, or once every week or whatever.
Yep.
And then you're gigging, like at least you're cutting half of it out,
Yeah.
But,
yeah, that's a good idea practice-wise. I need to look into these. These are ones that are made especially for that.
Yeah, you can get them specially made. They mold them to your ear, and they allow in whatever you like. Like you can test them, and you can say, I want more bass or less bass, blah, blah, blah. And you wear them live, and you hear everything evenly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to do it.
I will. All right, Egg. Well,
no worries, bro.
Enjoy your rest of the day, mate, and I'll speak to you soon.
Take it easy, sir.
See you, mate.